When you're out for dinner in a restaurant, do you ever get confused whether to take noodles or to go for biryani? And how about binge watching? Ever get confused between Netflix and Prime? So, we are going to learn about these confusions and how to handle these confusions into the world of programming. In Python or in any kind of programming language, we call it conditional statements. These are denoted with if, else, and elif, as you can see in the background. So, let's get into it. We are in our Google Colab, and let me just zoom in my screen. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Okay, so what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about conditional statements in Python. Okay, now these conditional statements are basically denoted with blocks called if else blocks. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, it's like if I am going for a dinner, whether I should take noodles or I should take, or else I should take biryani, right? Something like that. So here also, these kind of conditional statements are being denoted with if-else blocks. Okay, let me show you how this exactly is done. So let's say there is a variable called a that this is equals to 25, right? So I'm just putting up a condition that states if a is greater than, let's say, 15. Okay, print a is, I don't know, maybe you can write a is good. Okay, and then if we go ahead and execute this, let it run. It is taking some time, so let me just pause it for the moment. Yeah, we can see it is printed, right? Now here I have only provided a if statement. That means if a is greater than 15, then you should print a is good. But let's say I am providing a value that is less than 15. Okay, then I execute this. Nothing will be printed. Why? Because I did not provide any else statement, right? If I do this, else print a is bad. Okay, something like that. Oh, why this is coming? Okay, let's say a is bad. Okay, and then if I execute this, see, it would be printed as a is bad. If I again make it more than 15, it would be a is good. Clear everyone how exactly the else statement worked on the contrary with the if statement? Now let's try to look into some real world use case example. Okay, so let's say I'm taking a variable called marks and I'm providing the marks as, let's say, 50. Okay, and the if else statements should go like this: if marks is greater than equal to, let's say, 34. Okay, print pass. Okay, else print fail. So this individual has passed the exam. If I make it 30, they'll fail the exam, right? But there is a problem. What is the problem? The problem is it's not a simple pass and fail always, right? With the basis of different marks, we have grade A, grade B kind of things as well, right? In real life use case. So how to handle those things? How we can exactly implement those things? So these are called basically else if, or I would say elif statements. Okay, so in this particular scenario, we have multiple conditions to check from. Okay, so I'll simply copy this. I'll paste it here. Now see what I'm going to do. If marks equals to, let's say, greater than equals to 70, I will say print grade A. Okay, then I'll pass on elif marks greater than equal to 60, then grade B elif greater than equals to 50, then grade C. Okay, grade D else fail. So see, I have given 1, 2, 3, and lastly 4 condition. So when none of this condition would turn true, so it works like this. It will check for all the conditions that is given, right? If none of this condition turns out to be true, then it is going to print as fail, right? So I'll simply going to print it. See, it is going to print fail. Now here is a catch. Let me tell this to you. So let's say I am passing on 52 here. It is passing on C because it is greater than 50. Now we have to understand something here. Okay, here I am providing greater than equals to 60, greater than equal to 70 as well for grade A and B, right? Now when I am passing on marks as 52, so it's greater than 50, right? So you might say greater than 50 also means that it should be greater than 40, right? So why we are getting only C, we are not getting the D? Because with the elif statements, what happens, it particularly check for the condition that is being given to this. Okay, so let's say if I go ahead and if I change it to 42, see, I'm going to get grade D. If I'm going to check this to 72, I'm going to get grade A. Okay, this is how else if statements work for multiple conditions. Clear, everyone? Now, just like nested list or nested dictionary, we have nested conditional statements as well. Okay, so let's see how this exactly works. So let's say I am passing on a value a equals to, let's say, 5. Okay, here I am passing on one condition. If a is greater than 0, then print the number is positive. Okay, now see what I am doing. See, it is even giving me the nested conditions. Anyways, let me explain this to you. I'm not going to accept that. So, why this suggestion does not go? Let Anyways, let me explain this. So what is this saying? If A is divisible by 2, okay, if A is divisible by 2, then print the number is even, else print the number is odd, okay? So if the number is greater than 0, or it's like like it's a positive number, then it will go ahead and check if the positive number is divisible by 2 or not, right? Because even numbers are divisible by 2, right? Or else it is going to print that the number is odd. And if the number does not come out as greater than 0, then it will print the number is negative. Okay, so let me just explain, accept this, and if I go ahead and print it, I'll say the number is positive because obviously the number is greater than 0. The number is odd, right? Because 5 is not divisible by 2. But instead of that, if I go ahead and make it 6, and if I run this, the number is going to be an even number. Okay, and if I go ahead and put up a negative number here, it will say that the number is negative. Clear, everyone? Now it's gradually coming the time when we start mixing our knowledge, right? Whatever we have learned so far, let's go ahead and mix it. So we have learned about list, right? So let's say I am taking up a list as one, okay, lst1, and I am passing on value, let's say 15, 25, 45, 30, okay, four values here in the list. Now, what did we learn in the for loop? That we can actually iterate through each and every element of the list, right? So for I in lst1, print I. If I do this, what will I get? I'll get all the elements. So I have already combined two things. I have combined our learning from the list lesson. I have combined our learning from the loop lesson, right? The for loop I have used. Now let's combine this if else statements within this as well. So right now what I am going to do for I in LST1. So first of all, my for loop is going to get into this particular list and will check for every single item, right? Now, if I say something like this, if I is greater than, let's say 40, print I, okay? Else print anything, let's say not sure. I'm just taking up random words. So see what exactly will happen. It will go and iterate through each and every element, right? So for the first iteration, okay, let me just first put up the output. So for the first iteration, it will go and it will see that the item is 15, which is not greater than 14, right? 40. So it is going to print not sure. Again, the next element is 25, which is again not greater than 40. So it will again print not sure. But for the third element, it is 45, right? Which is actually greater than 40. So it is going to print the item itself. I have printed the item. Again, for the last item, we are saying 30, which is not greater than 40. So we are going to be getting not sure again. Clear everyone? We have combined three learnings here. We have combined our learning from list lesson. We have combined our learning from for loop lesson. We have combined our learning from today's lesson. That is the conditional statement. I hope it's clear everyone. Let's keep it short. Let's keep it till here. And please subscribe. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.